I love traveling, and I hope you love traveling as well, because I want to talk about what these trips have taught me so far. Not in a way like, well, I got to know myself better through this trip. I mean, yes, it did help me, but how? In what way? I'm going to talk more in detail about this, and I'm also curious what you think on this topic. And also, another reason I chose this topic is because traveling is just happening a lot to me lately. So, just last week, I went to Osaka and Kyoto. I don't know where the stress is. Is it Osaka or Osaka? I would prefer Osaka because it sounds fun. Yeah, I went there and then I got these 2 cute Mimi keys there at the Pokemon store. I love them so much. And the week before that, I went to Guam with my family and I got this cute tent pochako holding ukulele. Says Guam in the back. This reminds me of mango. I couldn't help but buy it. And at the end of last year, I went to Europe for a month alone. So I feel like, I have to talk about all of this before I forget what I learned, what I felt, and stuff like that. So let's start off by playing some balance game. Would you rather game in English, but balance game sounds better to me. So first of all, J versus P. Are you more of a J person or a P person when it comes to traveling? Before my answer, I want to hear yours, so please leave it down in the comment. Done? Okay. Mine is, I would say P. Oh, surprising, right? Because I've always told you guys that my MBTI is ENFJ, but I feel like when it comes to traveling, I become just completely a P person on purpose. I want to be a P person because before Europe, I've been J person all along. I felt more comfortable planning out everything to a T before going on a trip because I only have like 2 to 3 days in that city or in that country. I wanted to make the most of it, but I ended up feeling like I am working and I didn't like the idea of me being spoiled of all the things that I'm going to do beforehand because that kind of take away the novelty, I would say. So after that, I mean, not even after that, I've been like that for a long time. But then this Europe trip, just from the beginning, I decided very spontaneously. 5 days before the flight, I just booked one-way ticket to London. And then I just did the bare minimum. I only took care of just the things that I need to get done, mandatory things, like eSIM or the place to stay in that city at least. And that was it. I didn't plan where to go, what to eat, what to do. Nothing. So on the day I go to London, I got on the plane and I was just all alone. And I met this doctor guy who sat next to me. And then he was apparently Korean, but was born in the UK or something. He had daughters who were in my age, apparently. And then we just got into a small talk. And I asked him how to get to this address, which was my Airbnb. And then he just looked everything up on his phone. And then he was like, oh, you can take the metro here and then go to this place, this way, blah, blah, blah. He just explained everything to me. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Of course, it's hard. It was hard to find where to go because it was new to me. But me in the past would have just searched everything from A to Z, when I got off the train at this gate, I'm going to go that way. I'm going to take a metro here. I'm going to buy the ticket here. I would know everything. And it would have been more comfortable for me because I didn't really need to use my brain energy so much because it's all settled, but not fun, It's not fun. And it's a lie if I say I wasn't worried at all. I was worried. I am an anxious type, so I get anxious about literally everything. And on that day, of course, nothing goes the way I thought it would go. And it's frustrating sometimes. But when I found the exit that I was looking for, or when I got on the metro, just, when I see things work out, I feel oh, it's not a big deal at all. I feel like I can do a little more challenging thing later. And I think that has been teaching me so many things, not in a visible way, but I just could feel that, oh, it's not a big deal. You didn't need to get worried about this in the first place. It just freed me. Oh, it's not a big deal. Yeah. 이게 뭔가 가벼워졌어. feeling was really great. So the rest of the whole trip was like that too. Like the night before, I just lay down on the bed and turn on the Google map. I just searched whatever that's around this area, and then I just picked one. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna go to this place, and then I just go to sleep. Next morning, I go there. I just find something like on the way. It was fun. It was literally so fun. But of course, I couldn't go to some places where, like some restaurants where they only take people who made reservations beforehand, because I apparently didn't make any reservations. But I'm not a type of person who gets really sad about not eating delicious food, if that makes sense. I just don't really care. As long as it fills me up, I feel like, oh yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I don't really care if it's like a Michelin 3-star place or like a hole-in-a-wall place. I would actually prefer the latter because it's more fun, like it's authentic. So yeah, I'm a pea person. Or at least I've become a pea person. Next up, you have the same period of time. You have the same, like, for example, 2 weeks. Would you rather stay in one city or one country for the entire time? Or would you travel as many cities as possible? Decided? My answer, the former. I would just stay in one place for the entire time. Like it's more authentic. Like I feel like it takes like 3 days at least to get used to this area. Like if I stay there for 1 or 2 days, I still don't know how the metro system works. But from the day 3, I feel like, okay, now I get the hang of how this whole thing works. And like the station that I always go to becomes familiar to me. And yeah, like I just love becoming a part of that city. Of course, it's like such a short period of time to become a part of the city, but still, like it's like a cheonpan. It's like you can experience what that would feel like from that short period of time. But just 1 or 2 days in one city and then move on to the next one, it won't allow you to experience that. And I cannot lose that opportunity to become, the part of the community. So I would rather just stay in one area for a long time. So for example, I stayed in Prague for 10 days and I chose one day to go to this place called Český Krumlov. Did I pronounce it right? Český Krumlov. I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, there for just 1 day. I mean, it was enough because it's such a small city. But still, I felt like, I could use 1 or 2 more days because I feel like I'm just missing out on everything. And yeah, and then that also happened in like when I stayed in Austria for like Vienna for 9 days, and then I went to Slovakia for just 1 day like that. I think this could be a downside of not planning anything because I just booked the hotel for like 10 days straight, 9 days straight. I didn't want to overspend money on the accommodation when I can just go there in the morning and come back at night. I guess that's the trade-off for being a pea person, but still I would rather choose to stay in one area for a long time because I like the feeling of getting adjusted to the new environment where I didn't think I could, and that kind of gives me the sense of achievement and I don't know, just like feel good about myself. So yeah, that's my answer. Last one, traveling alone versus traveling with someone. What's your answer? Mine is going to be traveling with someone. Surprising, but it depends on who I travel with. If it's someone like me, in terms of curiosity, if it's someone like me, I don't want to go with them. Like, this person should be much more curious than I am. Because, as I said, I'm an anxious type. I get anxious about literally everything that I see. I worry about the things that didn't happen yet, but just worry about it and then stress myself. I'm that kind of person. So, if this person is like me, it's not, I mean, like, if I like that person, it'd be fun. Different fun, but it'd be still fun. But if I could choose, I would choose a person who are more curious than me, who are not as anxious as me, who is more, like adventurous, like, let's challenge this, like, I think it's gonna be fun, let's do this kind of person, And I went to Osaka with a friend who's like that, and then I felt so much better for being able to do the things that I couldn't do alone or couldn't do before. So for example, when I went to Kyoto last week, we went to this shrine called Okay, let me just see it. Fushimi Inari Taisha. Whatever. So yeah, we went there, and then there is this like set path for everyone. Like, oh, everyone who goes up to the mountain take this path, and then the one who comes down take this path. Like it was all set. So we were just following the set path, and then on the way down we saw this is like a little signpost that says like waterfall. And we were like, oh, is there a waterfall here? Like, let's just check out. And then we started to walk down that way, and nobody seems to take that path. Like, as soon as we took that one, I didn't see nobody. Like, just there is no one. I just saw 3 people coming up this way, and we figured that, oh, these people actually took that path and then got scared and coming back to take the set path again. That was just our assumption. But then we saw a waterfall, which was like a trickle of water. It was very disappointing, but we saw it, and then we were about to go back up, but that path seems to continue like down the stream. So we're like, should we challenge? And then we just walked down and down and down. We saw 2 people coming up again. We're like, is it like a dead end? But we were like, okay, let's find out. We have all the time in the world. It was not like we had other things to do, you know. People, we don't have any plans. So let's just walk down. But it was raining the whole day, so it just kind of felt spooky. But we just kept going on and on and on. It felt like it's one of those places where you could see in Ghibli movies, so it's beautiful. And we saw one local-looking person coming up this way, so we figured like, oh, maybe this is like a 산책로, the track for the locals here. So we got the hint from him, and then still walked down, and then we ended up in this residential area. And the residential area there, first of all, it looked very rich, like rich people would live in kind of vibe. And then it was very quiet, tranquil, beautiful. And as we walked further in, it just reminded me of, you know, the 짱구 or 아따맘마, not 아따맘마, like a 도라에몽 kind of neighborhood vibe. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it was just so beautiful. I'm like, I am so glad we took this way. Otherwise, we would have missed out on this, right? And then we just like kept walking down and down and down because we couldn't find any bus stop or subway station, and we were freezing. But still, it was totally worth it. And I love when a person does that to me because I would never do that alone. I mean, going on a travel alone is adventurous and brave enough, but it's just another story that like if this person is more adventurous than me, then the limit of my adventurous level goes up, and then it expands my world too, right? So yeah, that's why I like to go on a travel with someone who's more curious than me, because it's fun. Yeah. All right, that's cool. Then what did you learn? Well, thanks for asking. My answer is going to be I learned about myself. I know, you hate this, so just hear me out. I learned when I feel comfortable, like to what I feel comfortable spending my money on and what I don't. You know what I mean? So it's basically like what I value mostly, and what are the things that most people find uncomfortable when I don't. And when do I get sensitive and prissy and touchy? Yeah, those kind of things. It teaches me so many. So for example, as I said earlier, I'm not really a foodie. I don't really mind what I eat while traveling. I would rather prefer to go to a local, a hole-in-a-wall kind of restaurant than a fancy, very popular restaurant, especially when they require me to like stand in line for like hours. That feels like a waste of time for me. And I don't want to do that. It teaches me that I don't want to spend too much money on food. I mean, sometimes yes, but not most of the time. And I know that some people, like my sister, she really loves to go to a famous dessert place, delicious snack place, just good food in general. Like, I know that she values that so much. So when we're going on a travel, she is in charge of like looking for the restaurants, and I'd be happy to just follow her. And yeah, I don't complain. I just like, oh, this is so good. This is so good. Like, I am very open and adjustable, but I don't do that myself, so I don't mind. And I realized that, I'm not like my sister. Like, we're different. That kind of thing you can learn. And also, like the other way around. So for example, to some people, going to a Nintendo store or Pokemon store seems like a waste of time, but I don't mind spending hours and hours there. And going to a bookstore, for example, when I went to Guam with my family, because it's an English-speaking country still, they have so many English books in this one bookstore. And while the rest of my family was just looking around in that shopping mall, I spent like 2 hours in the bookstore thinking like, oh, what to buy. And I actually ended up buying this one book. I'm going to make a short video about this. And I'm this like 100 pages in. So yeah, that is what I care actually. And then I care about the quality and condition of the hotel. So like some people don't really care where they stay because most of the time they will be outside and then they will just sleep indoors and go out again. But I actually really care about the condition of the bathroom and the cleanness and everything. So when I'm looking for a place to stay, the first thing that I would do is to actually look for Koreans reviews, because I know that Koreans can be as pricey as me compared to like other countries' people. So when they have like a 5-star and a really good review, that's like, okay, I'm going to go with this one. I have a full faith in my people. Like I trust them 100% kind of thing. But the most important lesson that I learned from traveling is actually how I treat each day differently. When I was staying in Korea, especially before the trip to Europe, I spent the day very 대충. I just lying down on my bed, doom scrolling on Instagram and just, for hours and hours, and sometimes just play game the whole day and the day is gone, right? So I know in my head that I didn't cherish the same 24-hour day in Korea, but when I was traveling Europe, like I only had 30 days max. So every day I could see like, oh, it gets shorter and shorter and shorter, like 27 days, 19 days, 8 days. So because I could actually see the days getting shorter and shorter, I could feel that on my skin, that made me realize, oh, no matter how tired I was the day before, I have to go out and live on my life today. So like even though I walked like 30,000 steps the day before, my legs are asking for help. They're very tired. They're wobbly. I have to go out because this is going to be over someday. I could see that, right? And I realized that I didn't live my life like this. I didn't cherish my life at all when I was in Korea. And that is the biggest thing that the trip from Europe has taught me. It's not just about, wow, I didn't know that there were these many beautiful places on the other side of the earth. Wow. I mean, yes, that also, but not just that. I just really felt grateful for taking this journey because that made me realize how to cherish the day, like just everyday life. I just remember that I was sitting at the bar in Vienna, like next to the hostel that I stayed. I went there almost like every night, so the worker actually recognized me like, oh, it's the same usual? I felt so good about that. And then, yeah, I was just sitting there and I was like journaling. And I remember I wrote like, I want to live like this when I go back to Korea. And I have been living like that ever since then. I am taking more call-up suggestions from other Instagrammers or YouTubers, like more open to those ideas and also popping on more videos on my YouTube. Like I wanted to do this podcast thing for a long time, but I finally put that into an action and I do more fun things with my class members. I'm so excited to meet my class members and I want to give more to them. I'm actually planning to open a season end party for them and stuff like that. And every single day I do something that means to me. I feel like I've never really wasted any day of my life like I did in the past. And I feel really good about myself. I'm just making small steps every day. No matter how slow it is, it's still progress. And I just feel good about myself. And I really thank the trip to Europe for that. And I actually found this app called Daily, and I shared it on my Instagram before, and some people are like really fascinated by it. And also, this is very controversial. Some of my friends really love it, like I do, but the others like why would you use that? I found out about this app a few days before 2026 and I just instantly fell in love with it because it shares the same idea of what I just shared, the lesson that I learned from Europe trip. So it works like this. You can see how many days are left in this year. Would you like that? I mean, I love it. It's like I have like 29 days left. Oh my God, I have to cherish it more. 17 days left. Oh my God, I have to cherish it more. Like that. But some people don't want to know how many days there are left in this year. I'm like, okay. But I'm curious about you guys. It visually shows you that as the day passes, you have one more colored box. And it's very helpful. Like, I feel like, oh my God, 26% of this year already passed. Like I only have like 260 days left. I gotta do more before I regret this time next year, This is not sponsored. I just genuinely love this app. And if you share the same perspective with me, I think you would love this. So yeah, those are the things that I wanted to say. And thanks for listening. But before we wrap up, I think we gotta do some Jennie's note because we didn't do it for a long time and I kind of lost the opportunity to do it in the beginning. So let me share some treble-related expressions with you guys. How about, take in. Taking in his new home. I found it on a book, I think, and then this main character went to a new house of his, and then he's just like looking at them, like just slowly looking at everything, and then just taking in his new home. So when you go on a trip, stop and actually take in the scenery around you. Take in. 뭔지 아시겠죠? 눈에 담다? 눈에 담다. 눈에 담다. Oh, on a similar note, you can also say stop and smell the roses. It's not only about traveling. You have to stop and smell the roses, meaning like, don't just go. You need to slow down and appreciate the things around you every now and then. So you can say this to a person who's like just so focused on work only, not enjoying their lives. You can say like, stop and smell the roses sometimes, meaning like you gotta take some rest every now and then. Yeah. And last one. Stoked. I'm super stoked for this next week. Yeah, so stoked is actually the status that I'm more excited than excited. Like, cool and stoked. So you are stoked about a new trip or like very excited about something. You can use this expression. So you can be, So yeah, you can say like, oh, I am very stoked about this upcoming trip. Yay, can't wait kind of thing. So hope these help and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for tuning in and see you guys soon. Bye.